We don't see a Jeliba statue here. We don't even see a Kunta Kinte statue here. In 2025. Motamalane, people don't learn from what you tell them. They learn from what they see. So what are we showing as a people? What are we showing the kids coming up? So young by artists be in a very funny situation. I'm not going to come degluing STT because they think so. Truth to be told, you want to dega boy. I'm not going to deglut Benin artists because of me for all of la manlila. It's so unfortunate that you don't answer the boy. So Fekene Open Mic was not able to produce people like us, people like ST, people like Jerry Maris and the rest. Then Open Mic failed. But Open Mic produced artists that are filling up stadium now. That is a success.
Mashallah.
So people you for national like Prunyon support. Fake they don't even know how to support.
Okay.
So you support artists. Then I support where the artists belong to and where the industry. If there is no industry, your artists will not get the support. You will not move. That's what's happening right now. The guy is a big artist, but still he's going to be broke. Before, if you don't have any local language reggae dancehall. When I was thinking of local dialect, people thought I was crazy. I heard a DJ Bumamu said this on the radio. We were like, people are singing Nyamba, what is Nyamba, right? They didn't get it, but look at it. Nyamba is still paying me. Lolu Bokanasi, Lord of create a column. Something that bridged a gap between the rich and the poor. I have a lot of Nike Air Forces and Timberlands and a lot of things. I've always been into fashion. But I said, can I pick a style where poor people are okay with and rich people are okay with? What do we have in common? I say, Nyamba. So I thought of it very well before even doing a song about it. Nyamba was one style that everybody had a pair of Nyamba.
Yeah, man. To all the viewers that are watching this show right now, this is Lura, the ultimate boss in the building. Today I'm so honored, and it's a pleasure having this gentleman here with me. I cannot even have the right words, the perfect words to describe this gentleman here. He's been consistent from day one of those pillars. If you say like a pillar inside the Gambian music industry, like he is one of those pillars that has been holding it down with everybody. From the beginning of his career to his, entertainment side of his DJ and promotional, everything you call him. This guy is just amazing on what he does. ENC, the General Law. Welcome to the Ultimate Podcast, bro.
It's a pleasure to be here. A big pleasure to kick it with, it's like kicking with the day ones.
Yeah, man.
I think that's the best way to describe it. I feel honored to be on this platform, and also, most importantly, the person behind this platform has been there kicking the same generation. So when I look at you and see the good things you're doing, and being a part of that, we can always sit back and say, oh, hey, you long time ago, and that comes with a lot of memories, and it's a good thing that way. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, it's like anytime that I look at you, like I see you as the Sunu Dog, the bounty killer of Gambian music industry. I don't know whether people can resonate with that, that description to you. You've been there, like come young for though they Musa Marget, you just there, you just generation after generation just keeping up the energy. Everything with ENC is just up to the time. So today, we are gonna revive a lot with you. We are gonna talk a lot. It's gonna be a deep vibe conversation to the item. First of all, I know even me personally, I would really want to know your beginnings of your career before you being an artist, the early days of ENC. you know, as a culture in the podcast. Anybody that comes here, we just want to have a little bio of you, a summarize of it, because I know from you today we have a lot of chapters to discuss, but I know we are going to just you know divide the chapters and talk about few. Then maybe in the part 2 we are going to have you again, because with ENC I can talk with ENC here till tomorrow. Like muna watana ENC tebe elek sun watan du muna je, you know, because vibe buñ munti di ekati rek. There is unlimited, you know, conversation buñ muna dugal ci vibe bi. So ANC, we'll just, you know, let you introduce yourself to the public, greet the people, and just tell the people where you were born and your real name, and we take it from there.
Yeah, I mean, simple questions like becomes tough like this, you know. I don't even know where to start, but I will summarize it in a way.
Yeah.
I've always been that street, humble, smart kid, same time. Cut from a generation where, from a very sheltered household, from a very cultured and high moral values, kind of home settings largely, you know what I mean, and religious as well, you know, and then also bringing up to bring kids like us, then our ideas or what we believed in was, man, from a school, a jungle, and then you become what you want to become, you get me? So we've been to see those kids in school, you know, younger come, younger we like that was, you know what I mean? High school like high school we can't anymore because you get exposed to a lot of things and things, but I've been that kid, you know, focused very well. That's one of my principles. Going for what you want, going for your dreams, and also have a very far sight of life, you know what I mean? And then also have always been a creative youth, keep time in school. The artistic side of me started being at drawing.
Drawing, yeah.
You know what I mean? I used to be that kid in school. Teacher is also learn eye diagrams and stuff on the blackboard. They will get me draw it for them. So I've always had ideas.
Wow.
Yeah, that's where my hustle started as a creative person. Music I've always been there, but because of my family settings, I never thought they were going to allow me to do it.
Okay.
Because it was so religious. I'm from that kind of household, you know. So I was like, I like music, but I was scared to get into it at the time. If I was gonna do music by then, I might have been 6-7 years old by then. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, we write on scrap of papers and pass them and just for fun. You know what I mean? So from primary school, I started drawing, getting talents with talent. So lunch money was good. I was making lunch money for myself in school. So I've always been a guy that sit back and think of, oh wait, hi, so I'm drawing and I'm getting talents. That's a business, you know, like
the business mindset, you know, the mindset's always been there.
How can I expand this? So I'm drawing on papers, and you know what I mean. So I made a little name for drawing and you know what I mean, and that was good. So that moved on to I had a little space around me where I have an elder brother, Sikeri. My dad brought him up, you know, so he was into electronics a lot. He can fix almost any electronic, not a tape or amplifier, speakers. Jacob is, I remember, some send mics is no
problem. Yeah.
So he was a sound guy. He was having a lot of CDs and LPs and speakers. You know, his name is Dave. You know, Dave. Anyway, they were big of yourself. You know. Now, I mean, I was fortunate to have a lot of speakers around me, and so you know, so I general original CD from this reggae dancehall regions. At the end of the track, then they have an
empty version.
Yes, so that did it for me. You know. So any song that was on the radio, all the big songs, I know how to sing them on the empty radio. You know what I mean? Got the chance to start connecting microphone fee and I hear myself. It sounds interesting as a kid.
That live performance started way big, back, you know.
Almost start my career. So basically, before I went to studio, I already had songs to perform. You know what I mean? But I was like, hey, nah, I didn't know because my dad wouldn't allow it. So the music was hidden. It was embedded, so I was trying to play smart with it. I moved on. Until for that, I don't give even I can't keep it anymore, start recording. But before that, DJing and Jack because the instruments were there.
Okay.
There was young for one, so I must start DJing. The breakdance, hip hop culture was big then. The fashion we like it and things. So it was a moment, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My coming up like as a kid was very interesting.
Yeah, and it was fun too.
Definitely.
Yeah, I could remember those days like time fural, you know, like come get organized fural, you know, come nga wara uti sound yo wara dajale, you know, pour xalé ñu choose sound ñu wara lini. So you have to be that person that will be selecting the right music for them, you know, scouting the right music. By those days, let's talk about the way you scout music or the way you find music for your audience or for entertaining.
Yeah. I mean, those days were music was more organic than now. What I mean by this is now you have a lot of information provided to one person in a given time where the person don't even know where to start. I mean, you with DJ, they're gonna connect, play a show. Because the DJ have too much music in his library. There are areas that allow play. And eventually they get to play the same music. Every DJ play the same music. And you get one and I get then you don't have enough, but you know how to use that. You know what I mean? And everybody was using the same cassettes and CDs. CD, body would on that. Then so I'm on CD, you are top DJ, you know. Like a top DJ. Then Koto Sundan, Sunyuan from like New Semestani and stuff. You know, then ECI DJs, CDs and stuff. Got the CD of man with a CD back. We flex on that time. Like big man if you have that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So basically then it was more about knowing the music and understanding and living it. You know what I mean? The cassettes were there because as I mentioned, my own Mabuhamna, he was already in it. So the songs were there. So songs that relate to me a lot. And then also events we see people jamming too. You know what I mean? We know this are there. And also then the thing that request from Buga. We're going to be a king. The business and Puri, next track coming, Lura, full track, half track. It was mad.
Yes, mad love, you know. Your childhood was really fun, you know. So, like, let's talk about you being at home, like, coming from home, going to your brother. Was the studio far from the home?
No, actually it was in the bedroom. It was like everything, speakers were in the bedroom and
okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah, everything was in the house. Because they've had these setups where I'm got cabinet outside.
Right.
The other room. Sadly, when I can bedroom, when I can store.
Okay.
You get me?
Okay,
so
I can relate.
You get to see them.
Wow, mashallah.
Inside the house, you know, Los of was just one good speaker which is very heavy. Exactly, that was. The sound is actually bigger than the house.
Yeah, mashallah.
But it was about the music coming out. It was not even about the commercial side, but the environment. So me, I was actually being there, learning what this is. You know what I mean? How this is done. Seeing him connecting wires and making wireless microphones by himself. That was amazing to me back then.
That was in Brikama?
Brikama, you know.
Okay, mashallah. Yes, we can step up to the next level of the conversation. Let's talk about you, you know, coming into music now. You've been a recording artist, you know, a vocalist.
Yeah.
How did it started now? How the first move, you know, you made, you know.
I remember when I was in grade 11 was when I wanted to live. This was somewhere in 2004. Somewhere in 2004 was when I actually had my list of songs I was ready to record already. Like I was like, but something was telling me, nah, you don't rush, finish your grade 12. Something was telling me that just be done with education, you know what I mean? Yeah, and I was like, my conscious self within me tells me, yeah, that's the right advice. Because at some point in life, I knew broadcasting was going to be part of my life. When I got to high school, I knew radio was part of me. But where to start was a question. And I'm going to get to that later because I was in the same class with G5. You know what I mean? And
okay.
At some point got to be my manager. And this was how I got to West Coast Radio and being.
Okay.
But my dad, while he was alive, he was working at Radio Gambia. Doing the programs of the preaching and translating Quran to, you know, so broadcasting was
part of you.
And my elder brother was at Observer as head of political department. He was doing the write-ups and interviews. So this is part of things I've always been seeing. So media, I've always been there. You know what I mean? It just takes different shapes and forms and how you gonna. I call myself the black sheep of the family because how I figure out things and how I put them out is always that different guy. He does it differently. So sometimes you look at yourself and say, am I even doing the right thing? Well, you know that's your power because you do what people don't do. and then that's your power. So I get to identify or figure out myself out at an early stage, you know. So recording started proper in 2005, 6, and then I record songs and I keep them because I wasn't sure. So I know if I get into something, I go all out. Jumare left that I'm in 1 foot in and 1 foot out. So after grade 12 in Gambia, you know how the culture go, like your family is looking at maybe you need to go find a job. You might be a teacher, you might be a doctor, someday you might be a lawyer. You know that
mentality,
student type of vibes.
Yeah, man.
Because I wasn't good in school. So, but me though, I was trying to say, am I going to choose music as a profession? Like, how is it? I'm trying to figure out. Nakalam academy in the country as well. People before me and how it's going. Like, you need to actually figure out and study. So that was a tough decision making for me. But then the fun part of doing what you love was there. At the time. So it was not even about just the commerce. Like, I've always tried to figure out the commercial part of it. But I know the art more cheap in the You know what I mean? So I'm like,
with the perfection of the art, the commercial is gonna come, you know, after it, you know. That is the business.
More time I'm focus on the school because I want to make sure the grammar. That's something I've always worked on a lot. I want to make sure I articulate myself very well, that I can speak and present myself very well, that I can use words literally, like in literature context, you know what I mean? That words of power, that I can actually play with words well, my metaphors and punchlines. I knew that I need to work on those. I need to make sure, you know what I mean, I can write a book myself, you know what I mean, with good grammar. So I was like, that part of me that was telling me to focus in school was a good advice, and that's what I did. And up until date, that helped me a lot with my other side of EMC, man, that I can write good proposals, that I can document things I do very well, that I can write well, you know what I mean, and I can also handle meetings and marketing and stuff because of I actually had that far side since I was in school. So recording 2005, I started making those songs at 2006 was when I got the chance to actually have my songs played on the radios. End of 5, 6, and then KWT was new by then. KWT is now affiliated. You know what I mean? KWT was good. I big up people like DJ Big Hands, DJ Sarah Kamara, them was DJ WG, them, our jobs, them, that generation was mad. They were actually playing my songs a lot. And also,
can you remember the songs that they were there?
My God is good. I had that one song. That
I could remember on the Istanbul rhythm. Could I remember that song?
When I made that song, I remember I took it to Fireman, and then I took it to DJ Spirit in Bricam. FMB. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could remember that song. My God is good.
That was the song.
Mad song,
introduced me to the streets, I remember meeting Fireman and Jetstar. I first met him at the beach. At that time the beach was the thing. The Sunday beach. Gave him the CD. You know what I mean? Fireman in his elements, the God. You know what I mean? To meet him, yo bro, Fire took the CD. So to me, I just gave him the CD, He's just gonna keep it. I wasn't expecting it. So Fireman was blasting that song on the radio because I listened to his radio show religiously. This was on a Thursday, his radio show on West Coast. Yo, when he played the rhythm, he played my song. I was like, yo, bro, God. I say, yo, that was amazing. You know what I mean? And, he invited us to meet him at the Jetstar because my mom been a friend because I'm closely. So that friend was like, yeah, boy, Fireman plays a song related to him. Yeah, man, nice one, So we went to Jetstar that day. Then you got Jetstar. I'm going to say, I'm back there right now. I'm going to play. I was like, if you don't mind, I can take you for a tour to Basque-Union. That was where my life changed and my mentality. Yeah, because you looking up to people, you have the Mula embrace and Mula love at that time when your first official single. and then Mula Yobu to his shows and performing.
Is that song on YouTube? My God, it's good. Oh, I wish people could I wish people could revive on that song.
It was a reggae song.
Yeah, I couldn't remember the song. Like, it was really played on. It was always played on West Coast, you know. Yeah.
So because he was the first guy to take me to the hoods. That's why up until I was one of those artists who would always see touring the whole Gambia, going to the hoods. Because that culture came through the fireman. You know what I mean? That was where then music works. You have to actually be out there. The provincial combo. Food Sanyang, Gunjur, Sukuta, Brikama, Demon Pira,
yeah, combo sound being. Yeah.
I know their names, boy. He took me to them, and then I never left Dekayunu until Adigas. I still go on there, perform for them because that's where it started. Yeah.
Mashallah. Here's it like your story is really inspiring, you know. It's good looking, you know. Yeah, because me the first time I see you perform was in an open mic session around, I don't know, Swing Nightclub around BB.
Yeah.
You and Devin split. You know, coming on stage. First time we see a dancehall artist performing live. Live on an instrumental, not like, you know, like playback. How I understand of my line? Like come most of the time, they get boy then they know you play and beat. You know, you play some song, you make the mime or stuff like that. The first time I've seen a dancehall artist come and performing, like, you know, raw, on a beat and killing it, mad. No, the energy that day I was like, yo, yeah.
Well, I will still give that credit to Fire because listen, Bumayo be that tour, I was playing my song, I'm gonna play some of that soundtrack, and I was performing on it. Playback. That time I was not too conscious about the playback, the rate. So to me, when I got now song, let me sing on it. Let's go more performing. The show was nice. If you want to go far as a dancer reggae artist, they play empty beat, nothing on it. Bro, deep in that day I stopped playback.
Wow.
Since 2006, I never play back to 2025. All my songs are on my TV track now, we call it. I'm a little added for back of vocals, but raw beat. So when I remember that day, it was somewhere around Badala Park.
Yeah, around Badala. It was around Badala.
Yeah, that place is called
Body Swing Nightclub.
It was a nice vibe, you know. It was a nice vibe, you know. Uncle Mike played a very huge role for us, and then to actually give us a platform, because then, over here, when hip hop was the predominant sound here. I mean, when it comes to visual, what people see, reggae have always been Gambian, whatever, but hip hop culture was really out there. So the man show, rappers in Garantis, more than that, you know. So even open mic was dominated by rappers. When I started going to open mic, a lot of things changed, you know.
Yeah, mashallah.
They had them freestyle session this after the years gone, most of the people are dancehall. And they see, dancehall has space now. People love the sound, people love the vibe, but who to actually take the responsibility and bring it up to that generation? And then coming over here, I always think different. I knew then Rebellion, them are legend, they have their columns. You know what I mean? And then the fugitive, the dancehall masters, the masla be them. Yo, wicked, bro. Generation after that, let's say time ending in young singer.
Right.
If you listen to all those sounds, Logi is someone who specializes in strictly dancehall.
Dancehall, yeah, I could remember.
So it was gonna be reggae and then some, dancehall and some hip hop, and then also the cultural vibes were there. You can have some who's also on the hook for or someone who's going to do street dancehall. I'm going to talk money, that piece is missing. I think I want to take that responsibility. And for anyway, that was where I had my real flower.
Yeah, man.
And then open mic was going crazy.
Yeah, I could remember those days, man. Then let's talk about your sound. How did you notice your sound, the vocal, the style?
Yeah.
Because like My God Is Good was kind of a reggae version, skanking and stuff like that, toasting. But let's talk about the dancehall side of ENC, how did you recognize your sound? And you cannot talk about ENC without mentioning Nyamba Kawas. That was the anthem them.
Yeah,
the biggest dancehall anthem those days.
I mean, as I mentioned, I'm a thinker, you know. I like to sit back and think and say, yo, what next? What can I do with this? What can I do with the little I have? What can I do with, let's say, for example, I'm not good in the studio, but I'm good on stage, for example. I can say, then what am I going to do when I'm on stage? Because I'm good at that. I can say, I don't have good vocals, but I have good writing skills. What can I do with my writing skills? I've always been that person. I would look at myself and criticize myself and figure out my weakness and my strength. These are the things that have always helped me. And if I have to advise someone, these are the things I share. I try to figure out and identify my weakness and my strength. Most time when I come to touch open mic, most of the songs I perform were songs that are not even recorded. They are live performances.
Yeah, I could.
Most of them are not even recorded.
Yeah, I could remember, yeah.
Because I'm a live performer. Remember, I told you, Fireman told me if you have to go, don't play back. And I used that and I saw it was working. And I always create that. I create songs based on that show. Mamno show the moment I think of the songs that I can do. I have access to rhythms. Remember, I was with Jifa. Jifa was that time dancer. He had songs, rhythms. So I was having a whole bro. So I can just always say, I could. Remember, I'm a DJ during all this time. So I understand what was hot in dancehall. I understand what the vibe is. And I know there's a generation coming that's going to really be about this vibe. Now, how can I bring that vibe to the Gambian level? To actually turn it to a Gambian type of sound. So beginning I was doing the 100% patois. 100% patois. When I reached 2008 after Chartbuster, I was a finalist on Chartbuster with Strictly Dancer. And then from there I was like, it's time now to bring the local sound in dancehall. That's how Nyamba was kid. I sit back and say, alright, you need to big guy, and dancehall is more of a lifestyle music, and that's my vibe. Since I was coming up, we are used to like the fashion hunger, the scheme, the lifestyle, man. And we get sounds out of that lifestyle, So I was like, I love fashion. What can I do to bring a song that's gonna be about fashion, but it have to be the Gambian lifestyle. And also it have to be something that bridge the gap between the rich and the poor. I have a lot of Nike Air Forces and Timberlands and a lot of things. I've always been into fashion. But I said, can I pick a style where poor people are okay with and rich people are okay with? What do we have in common? I say, Nyamba. So I thought of it very well before even doing a song about it. Nyamba was one style that everybody had a pair of Nyamba.
Yeah, man.
So I was like, I want to normalize this. Amut Njegi Timbaland, Solasa Nyamba, you are still flying. Also, if you are a fashion model or something, it doesn't have to be Lingasol, Mola Tefa. I mean, you are Tefa lower or so. You know what I mean? I mean, like, you can still put on your Nyamba and you still look fly. That was the idea. And it worked, bro. Imagine Nyamba cars, bro. Focus Makari, different dimension of height. So I thought of it very well. And people gravitate to it quick. Nyamba was more recorded. Man, Balama am recorded, like a song beginner. Because DJ Quincy was radio that time with Blacklist. So he had access to Shy Boy Records. Some of the songs that Shy Boy put out. Sometimes, I don't know if this is happening today. DJs used to go to studio and be around the producer.
Yeah, I could remember.
It's hot, man.
This
is happening now. So Quincy was able to hear the sound. It's a studio. Non la game so me play.
Wow.
I remember Juge Wow because I've been DJing since that time. Juge Wow, and then I was Teloma Air that thing, I had calls coming in. Boy, you also just me right about battle boy. I was the man I'm like, what is me even out here? Boy, West Coast boy. But not like Juge like Marta radio. I was like, oi. So I was listening to myself, my new song. It's like, man. So Quincy more boss Nyambaka was, and the Blacklist pick it up and then Sila called Shy Boy, and then Prince Makai got this song. Bruce Lee xam nga si ko and yëpp so noonu la amee suma song bi boole Queen si xaar bi foofu
Wow.
noonu la ñamba dem ñamba kawaas dem and then xam nga the idea as I mentioned earlier as a businessman then we didn't know a lot about the commerce but we were thinking of how, where, when. I always think of it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna mean
The early days was all about crafting and it's all about building and just nurturing your craft.
Yeah.
Then the commerce side was so much lacking, and it was like, come da nga imagine sa da nga am a good song, good everything, but then naka ngay muna market li, you know.
Yeah. Exactly.
There is way come popular black links chip in with the open mic platform and stuff like that. Hanga. Bugana ñu waxtane ci tuti, we just have a little discussion about the black links and then the open mic, because looking at you guys, most of you guys, you've been there with the black links, you've been there, the reason why Gambian music is here to this level is because of that platform. That platform built you guys, it branded you guys to that level. It fading away from the Gambian music industry. It's not actually a very good thing for everybody that is in the business and in the music industry. So we are gonna vibe on it. We're gonna take a little conversation on it. I had Jalimadi here. The last time when I had Jalimadi, we had a little discussion about it. But then the problem, nobody knows where the problem came from. But then, to my knowledge, to my knowledge, it's like most of these artists that were there, they were all branded and started filling up stadiums. They feel like, the money that they have been paid on the platform was kind of little, so they decided to increase their prices, is what Delimadi told me. Then other people also were trying to complain, like, because of lu andé ñaari bessi comme lu mu défé ñaari bessi lool mo nek problème bi but then club bi ken mënu ko xam yena fa nekon you are beside Black Links. If you talk about X Miles is a guy to you. You talk about Wagan is a brother that is been hanga comme xamna mutual respect bu nek sa digante guy man mun na witness because ñoñu dañ la xono té xamna né dal yo tamit comme neexut la tamit comme num fa démé because xamna né comme most of the time dama day gis légui nga post ko comme open mic lu mu demee comme nekkul lu nga xamante ne dafa nekk lu nga xamante ne dafa nekk kenn si Gambia bi we just have to discuss about it, a little discussion about it, then you step up, because ANC mom am coffee is like a book, it's like a knowledge to the younger ones. So what do you think is the failure to the open mic festival on your side?
I mean there are different layers to it. I'm not for your whole bagage. Open mic didn't even fail. It stopped. We might find the right grammar to it. But when I say it failed, it might be sound unfair, and then also to all the things it has done. Open mic never served purpose, I guess, because you have to understand one thing about life. There are stages 1, 2, 3 to wherever it goes. So Fekene Open Mic was not able to produce people like us, people like ST, people like Jerry Maris and the rest. Then Open Mic failed. But Open Mic produced artists that are filling up stadium now. That is a success.
Mashallah.
So me, when I sit back and look at it, I'll put it on that level. Open Mic the first serve purpose. Now Lumana Harimoi, Open Mic should be something that entire Gambia knew what they did lead to stop.
Stop, yeah.
Like
real talk.
That platform, Lumtafar Dekabi, bro, for when it comes to music. Open mic is like a god, bro. That platform is so huge and it was so beneficial to the country. And still now, whatever is happening today is an open mic legacy. Because we're more like a blueprint. Understand? Imagine that your women time we started, like I'm going to start open mic, I'm done. There was an era in between the end of Nyom
Singate
and Jalex was the last artist to be the biggest artist before Open Mic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even the prime Jalex, I'm on a time will perform on
Open Mic, yeah.
Salute to that guy, monster. Just shortly before Open Mic, picked up from New. There was a gap. Almost music was off.
Yeah, I could remember, man.
No radio presence, no street presence, nothing. Almost in time bubbling start music. So we were looking around, looking for platforms. Bro, I'm not telling but for go on it. It become a question, like it was like repeatedly here. Now I'm going to explain full against what we used to do. Come over here how I met Fireman to give him a CD. This particular day, the Madroh, the Maida Bamboo actually, the Madroh, the Gays Masad, then Westfield, DJ, City Jokosma CD, Body Radio One, then Fell and the Jokosma CD, KWT Joke CD, turn around, Fufla pass, Madam Manja, then Westfield, Madam West Coast, them called Tohar Samake. So imagine like, the Majogi Bamboo, got the I almost
danga circle danga round the Carava Avenue be BB no be Kotu. Yeah, it's like yeah.
So I mean you had to do that to pass a CD. To burn that CD. Bro, that was hunger. Open mic came, then I just artist, then down open mic bought back a CD.
No, a little paper.
It made it easier for you to meet people. So open mic create, we can't even actually say it all. The fact that the audience that was coming was not even coming for one artist. The audience was coming for Gambia because that brand of open mic jack.
And I don't know whether you can remember there was a campaign on the fila and the open mic, and what made even Gambians believe in more of their own.
Yeah.
The campaign boom on your blacklist nyoko and the Gambia.
What the name fila?
Wow, okay. That campaign, that 2 years campaign on the Gambian music fila, that changed everybody's mindset, bro. I don't know whether you understand. There was a time in Gambia, like so neke artists, like come they lay on the key. Kunyaka fight the key. Even time when you sing artists, like so they may be blow, nga neka si chat, but still they respected. Yeah, there was no like a package of Gambian artists that has been celebrated. Come a full package of 15 artists you celebrated on a one platform. The now is the time where Bena artists, Onyari artists know they win, you know. Know they win. So feel that you know that slogan, feel
So you can see
backing it up with the red, white, blue, white, green flag.
You can see at that age young Wagan, young X were able to see that.
Yeah.
At that age, that time in life, bro, in Gambia, they were able to figure that out. To tell people, you know, to finance, but feel it. Boy, feel a t-shirt, they get them sold out, people buy it. Solko boy, we feel happy in it. Imagine that, like, those, both are the reason why we actually could be brave to sing a song called Nyamba Kawas. Because at the back of your mind, there's a platinum.
Yeah, because I could remember. I don't wanna cut you off. You're gonna flow. I could remember there was a time I recorded a song. I took it to Wagan. The song I don't know. The song was called Money Changer, something like that. Then Wagan dafa am mu déglu suma song bi mu ne ma ne suma raka yaa ngi flow yaa ngi nice lu tax comme doo leen dee mun a jël comme seen laaka bi nii comme nga dugal ko si sa ligne bi nii comme always comme Wagan soo dajee moom rek comme those are the kind of mentality yu mu la dee gomloo whilst ñun we are from that dancehall masters era whereby we want to be raw dancehall reggae xam nga fu mu la we want to be like buuju ma la yaa ngay fàttali ku temps nga xamante soo ñëwee nga mun a woy comme buuju banta nga egg comme Gargamel yow da nga nekk star ñoom royal philosopher yooyu ñu ngi woy comme Morgan ñii ñu ngi woy fale comme xam nga fu mu la comme Luciana that was the kind of vibe koto yi luñ believe on but ñoom Wagan ñoo change concept boobu si ñun understand ñu andil la mandi mori ñu change seen mindset yi andil la body bunka andil la ENC andil la STs understand nga ma
wala la jox benn reference to track record to reference that I remember Yanko mentioned it, I've been very close to your work. There were times from the day I would have gotten blacklist to be around this because of movement. I remember a lot of times we were driving in either X-Miles car or a wagon star, moving around, going to places that where something's happening. I remember this particular question, I like the work. So what you looking for the money next? Because that time things happen. These specific words, it was like, I think the word Jot Pongen Hanga infused and local stuff. He mentioned this to me.
No man, all the time.
Bro, And then I mentioned to you earlier, bro, when I pick up pieces from everything, like hunger, and I process them. How can I play it out? Understand? Up until date, I will always do my normal dancehall vibe, within the same vibe, then I just for before I feel hunger. Something too, because I don't also wanna leave the core fans outside.
Yeah. Now I understand.
And then you were inviting different demographics to one side. It worked. So that feeler thing, mindset book,
mindset.
You could visualize for on a TV show, create brands for it. It worked, bro. And then Mota Mane Okumate for self proposal. I don't know next generation or this generation what they can do or what we can do
to take it from where it is.
Also to continue.
Continue it.
It might not be called open mic. Thank God now we have best of the best. We can have different platforms that can connect to what's happening and also what's supposed to happen. Because these are two different angles. What's happening might be working, might be fine, might look good, but what's supposed to happen might what happens in the future, and what's going on. If there are ways that it could have been done better, can we get to them and start doing it in the right way? But those days, what you're doing right now, I'm internet, I'm internet cafe boy, send an email. Boy, you bari chantalan one boy, dem nga gamba bombs ni send message sanke bi nga to nga har. Ko nga dem nga check as message. Or something. Lolu mo ne ko internet cafe. I was one time running an internet cafe when I was young. I was used to be around elders a lot, you know. So I was never like compact time. Lolu boko na si things that made me also to actually be aware about the internet and get my emails right, brand myself, you know, use Facebook maybe, know how to actually establish my whatever on it. So I think I'm being eager to that junction now where we need to take it from filmmaker to where it's supposed to be. And this is a collective effort. This takes conversations. This takes listenings and being real and also talking about for the industry. Continuing from, let's say, for example, feeler. If you feel feeler, I open my did this for straight over 10 years. We are working separately, connecting with individual, and doesn't necessarily mean that we don't want to do things collectively, but we are supposed to do things
collectively.
Ramwe and this good podcast, we are supposed to come on this podcast, share ideas. Because I'm not with Degluting, taking that Taylor started Degluting. But how much 5 years ago?
Yeah.
You cannot blame that person. But the more we have conversations around, and then not conversations for just one's sake, but we talking about things that we want to
change people's mindset, you know.
Yeah, and also educate them. If artists of my generation, let's say yo man Smalls, Nyom Jalimari, you know what I mean, Badi Bunka, Mandi Muri, people should talk to them more often because they have history. If they don't say it now, they're gonna grow old with it. The time change to generation even so don't understand. It's gonna be a lost generation with delay things from a lost generation. It's like blind leading them.
I don't want to chip in. I just want to, because the conversation is more kind of a ENC now podcasting, me listening. It's more of that. Because ENC like come man small talk like ENC, I don't even need to talk a lot. But ENC just come mom, he's just there to just pull mu leral yep, settle yep. Come dama chip in rek ma lini tutu, ma yoka fufu tuti si sa wabi. If you observe a lot on TikTok and on Facebook and even on social media, let me say social media, there is an issue right now that is escalating to a level whereby come suñ ko watane wut dafa destroy music industry bi because of comme noko waxe ñom Jalimadi ñom T Smalls ñom Mandi Mori ñom Badi Munga dafa am luñ fi bay luñ fi liggéey comme mun nañu baña gina wax sax but it's very important pour public bi ak fan base yi tay pour ñu xamné it's not about ne Mr Y ak Mr Z ñoo nekk music industry. Understand ma? ñoo nekk Gambian music te suñ ko ceeñutee Gambian music bi foofu la nekk di dem whereby ne comme like da ngaa gis ne comme we are not trying to discredit nobody's efforts and stuff like that but then man moo tax man always man dama dee nekk foofu noonu pour rep ñëpp understand nga ma because comme mindset boobu noonu even the vloggers comme ñu nga xamante ne ñu ngi am Facebook pages ñu ngi am like this media outlets and stuff like that it's not about the now hyping up artists mbaate ku nekk ci chat bi kooku rek nga war a andi sa plateforme pour nga wonee ko it's disturbing it's killing the industry soo gisee yeneen artistes yi ñu ngee fipp ñu ngee ñëw ñu ngee wan ne comme léegi kenn du leen dee support they are having good vibes they've been recording tracks but there is no platform for them even though man dama believe ne even Gambian artist soo fi génnee nga dem Europe nga toog fa 5 years sax ba léegi Gambia am nga fi place xam nga understand nga fi ma la waxee nii am nga fi place because of music like it's not about you physically it's about the sound bro you can be in Europe nga produce music ñun ñu nekk Gambia fii su nekkee ne ñun tukkiwuñ ñun ñu nekk Gambia fii ñun war nañ laa mun a support because of your Gambian artist nga understand nga ma because of you are there to represent the red white blue white green on your side of your career understand nga because tamit boo mun a toog fii nga ne da ngaa toog Gambia rek da ngaa nekk di live up with the music only here so loolu noonu amul benn growth faa nga dem nga tukki nga am experience which bokk na si suma question yi after dinañ àgga si level boobu noonu sa tukki ak yooyu noonu experience bi because of comme fans yi is good comme yéen comme yow nii yow ne position whereby ne xëy na soo waxalee ni si dinañ la déglu because of the younger generation nuñ nekk di jëlee fan base nuñ nekk di jëlee fans artist ba de support artist is totally wrong dafa wrong ENC nga support ENC man ma nekk di woy ma organise programme like Queen City léegi because of your ENC moom nga nekk di support mooy ne yow you are not going to Lura's program xam nga understand that kind of mentality and which is generating right now like comme loolu moo nekk di escalate I don't know whether you observe what is going on. No, there are a lot of people ñu nga xamante ne nii dañoo toog ni manqué tel la sooti gal la solong what is that man lu ma foog si music mooy ne music competition bi mooy si kaw stage bi competition bi mooy si music bi but when it comes to the fans pour lamba bi comme lu ñu dee wax mooy géew bi pour géew bi ne da ngeen war a dem ngeen support ñëpp ñii suñu nekkee black ñii ñu nekk white comme Gasa Goli understand nga ma da ngaa gis ne si la lamba bi day gën a nee si la comme géew bi si la day gën a nee dan nga ne da ngaa toog yow soo xewlee rek yow nga dem kii su xewlee mu dem gon den after lamba bi du ne because ñuy dem si kii suñ demee bañ boorin man tamit ma dem ba si kii ma boorin ñun ñëpp dañoo toog dañoo fippu
I mean moo tax ma ne creating awareness is very important because di nga gis ne Gambia sad to use this word but ignorance bar over
okay
si every sector da nga gis people ñu fa nasal like pour ñoom loolu may support fekk they don't even know how to support
okay
gis nga sooy support artist da ngaa support where the artist belong to and mooy the industry if there is no industry your artist bi nga nekk di support du mun a am doole pour move that's what's happening right now da ngaa gis a big artist but still he's gonna be broke because industry where he belong to amul xaalis moom xaalis bu mu amee si poosam fu mu ko dee spending is not in the industry moom ko spend feneen that xaalis is going will they return back to the industry understand I'll try to break this down let's say dem naa ma play show am na fa 200,000 which part of the industry am I investing this money back to xëy na damaa ne ma jënd ay drip US ma jënd suma new iPhone xam nga no style maa ngi xew si restaurant yi maa ngi order cob baax bi jeex maa ngi xalaat hey my next show boy so there is no returns to the industry because of industry boobu noonu ñu bari sax gëmuñ ko you have to understand that a lot of artists are just gonna be using the industry to move but then they are not even sure about the industry if you funga gum ko mo so demé Sénégal one word they use a lot mooy gëm sa bopp you gotta respect that Killer A salute he always say this word sometimes a lot of things that we hear duñ dee déglu or we don't look at the back end Gambian yu bari
Do they make just normal award? That they make something meaningful behind that that slogan.
lan moo tax that Black Links idea work because of that the mindset fa fii la lu gars yi am dañ ko dee invest back to that music boy imaginally the fans they're supporting the music, they're gonna actually support whosoever is talented. But new artists we're not showing them how to support others. Support. You can do a song to say you are the best artist, that's fine. Ego tripping is part of music, you can do it. But allow your fans to also be in certain areas. That is allowing collaborations. Allowing collaborations. Man tey xëy na am na ñu bari ñuy seetaan sa show bi right now mosuñu maa seetaan sama yaay. Maybe one or two people tey mooy force des gars gis ma maa ngi wax. They might know the name but they don't know my state of mind, they don't know what I'm speaking, if I make sense or not. Xëy na tey la gaa di jàngaloon, that's a collaboration, right? Gambian bi don't collaborate te loolu MOC music kese. Gambians don't talk to each other on constructive conversations. Everything's about emotions or my best. If I'm good, that means you are bad. I can be good, you can be good too. And that good will make us the best. But trust me, when I meet artists, if you give them a stake, I'm going to invest money, I want to invest in the music, and then which you are part of. But I want this to be about 10 other artists. They will say, no, you're not going to get it. I'm not talented. But Gomulo industry, Gomulo the data, that insecurity, the data cause feud within. The data meeting you are going to collaborate. Collaboration my key, collaboration my business, conversation with open and then we share ideas. It's hard for people to compliment you genuinely. We are going to keep going. We are not programs boy. You can listen pass. Genuinely, it's becoming rare. Lord, for money on TikTok guy carry or hang and then you know what I'm saying, bro. When you start music and other people will be inspired. This one hard is then because of they loved it and then didn't go. Understand? But imagine now what I was saying about the audience. You know them being misled a lot of times. A lot of times, like. Because you're so fancy, like they never see me upload or share your flyer. I'm sure you're much more fancy.
Yes, he's talking sense, man.
Bro, like I'm sure, boy, you're much more fancy. They never see your event on my flyer, on my timeline once. Actually, you silently telling them that I don't care about this nigga, bro. Like, you know what I lead the fans to how they're supposed to be. Because a lot of them don't know. They only go by assuming. They create feud.
Yeah. Learn more about it,
the audience are leading you now. Gambia, a lot of people are questioning now, what is next? Billy, they be like, Billy cross the border international. Sing I just do better artists more about it. The artists you're talking subdue about the industry. Your industry more about it.
The collaboration, more def.
Let's say for example, all these big Afrobeat songs and all the international crossover songs you did together. Most of them, never necessarily artists big time and go to this day. Better blog or better media house, no compose for this and artists can check out. Artists can collaborate with platforms, can collaborate with industry players, it's a whole long chain. Bro, at this point in time, in 2025, many Gambians are busy waiting for ST and diesel conflict. Like, for real, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, we should graduate from. Artists can have their differences, that is inevitable. The conversation should be about creating wealth in the industry. I mentioned
Mashallah.
Someday. Not can you create a wealth in the industry. That wealth might drive the industry, might drive the artist. Industry might the vehicle to transport all of us. You also know no motor visa, not how Mawaki for Nyari artists, you need a vehicle to take that. That vehicle might the industry will be more about wealth. So I'm telling you that I'm to cater for other people to be key players. Not that the music is still struggling. But anybody from any part of the world, so they go boy, yo, you people are talented.
Talented, yeah.
Talent is not a question. What we have to understand, talent is not enough.
How to market
talent
that?
is just an introduction. One of the easy. So people are gonna say, oh, you are talented, so okay.
How to market that talent now?
How to move that vehicle, Monya. It has to have that vehicle. So for me to talk about natural new creative wealth in the industry, for example, over 5 years now, let's say open mic amateur. Moving on, because regardless, when you move on, right? That's what it is more urban platform.
Mom, like, how now some pity platforms in Hamantene come?
Those days, open mic will pay at least 10, 12, 15 hours every year. For a show. At least 10 or 12 hours are going to make money from open mic. Imagine you are 5 of that show. We're talking about at least 25 hours are going to be paid every year. At least incentives you can shoot your video. But Luma shoot in your Nyamba Kawasaki. I think it comes from show money.
Yeah.
So some of them are from open mic. Guy fan, much for video. I'm giving back to the industry because video maker I'm never
Yeah.
Understand me? I'm not a vlogger that is on my payroll. I'm not industry before me create that wealth within.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it makes sense.
Start that conversation. Then I have to talented every year. New talent is gonna die.
Yeah.
And then
see. And see, I don't want to cut you off, but I just want to chip in just to straighten your that conversation, your that information there. Like, let's look out to Senegal. Like for now, for example, Senegal, like they have their differences in their music careers. Like so hole Dip nga hol Ngaka, so hole Wali nga hol Youssou Ndour. It's a different chapter. Understand ma? So hole guy see music industry Senegal bi, they all have their differences.
Yeah.
But so anyway, ngane Senegalese music platform bi. Recently, what I'm seeing in Senegal is really, really, really amazing. Te dama ko dee waxtaanee fii ak ñu bari ma leen ne xanaa xamu leen ne comme léegi nii Gambia moo gën a am marché soo waxee maquette pour jënda show business waxuma la jënda cassette jënda CD ou download streams de but soo waxee jënda show business jënda mooy dem fay ticket nga feesal stade nga feesal place Gambia ñoo gën a am marché bu West Africa yëpp. Sénégal I'm coming Sénégal Dip bëggoon naa def show ci seen stadium bi seen government bi nanguwuñ. Understand loolu bokk na ci lu gën a affect Dip because dafa dem ba ci level bu nga xamante ne nii def na place yu ndaw yi yëpp. def na Kaolack def na fu nekk but now comme gisul lu mooy def Gambia loolu la bëgg a def esti lu moo def Gambia loolu la bëgg a def te mënu ko faa def Ngaka tamit is the same thing bëggoon naa dem stade gars yi teree ko understand ma but Gambia ñun ñu ngi am opportunities yooyu noonu understand ma ñu ngi am opportunities yooyu noonu despite all that fu ma bëgg a waxee mooy ne Sénégal seen body musical body bi Youssou Ndour bu mu doon dem last toyam bi dafa yóbbuwaale woon Ngaka Dip timam bi Dip mu yóbbuwaale Dip as the best understand Wally Seck imaginal Siri Diop ak Wally Seck we are having a big clash big difference when Siri Diop booked for Bercy Wally Seck was his first comme marketer comme kooku la njëkk a dem pour kooku sell soyam bi and then Wally Seck was not that much comme feelul like ne kii fancy ñu ma takale ak saay ne comme moom ma daxawoy I have to no du ma nangu xam nga understand nga ne Wally Seck daf ko endorse 100%. mu jógee foofu mu dem si ñoom Pape Diouf ñoom yëpp endorse ko mu jëlaale gars yëpp mu jëlaale rapport yëpp mu yóbbu leen Sidi Diop laa wax de mooy 2024 for Senegalese music industry ñu ngi travel comme waxuma la comme ñoo Gambia de ñoom léegi bàyyi nañ Gambia ñu ngi dem international understand nga so nga ñëwaat si Wally bu mu amee Bercy am bi mooy Adidas am bi ñëpp a ko endorse ñëpp xoolal Wally Adidas am bi muy taasukat muy rapper mooy ñoom Sidi Diop ñoom Mia Guissé the same thing xam nga that collective collaboration loolu moo tax gars yi di mun a make loolu noonu te imaginal soo demee Bercy o nga dem Adidas Gambian yi ñooy fly from Europe all over Sweden Germany Italy ñu feesal place yooyu noonu because of lu xew Sénégambian music la olof bi la laaka bi fii la ñoom ñoo mun a feesal foofu noonu tubaab yi xëy na dañ koo fill up de but comme ñoom ñoo nekk di main population ñoo nekk di main target.
But out visa, even si digital visa, so negative in a kind of show, you only send it to Gambian crowd. Gambians know outgoing and spending on shows. That's part of our lives. Gambian is we have that heart of doing for people. We are the most accommodating people, but we are people we don't recognize ourselves a lot. Identify your weakness and your strength. A lot of people don't do this. Soon they forget to reflect and how can we capitalize on it. The audience, and then you look at Nufaneka, grade 9, grade 10, 11, young kids. And then it might have advantage and disadvantage, but right now I'm talking about the power that is. Harry Hamna come there under 20 years old. That means Gambia, Amna, the potential is to move this industry, the same people for next 20 years again. You go to some countries, adults know the next shoot. Because you send time. And adults, their times will run out. Because you have to look at the longevity of a particular. So our population is very, very young. We have to look at that and then how we can take advantage of that and also maintain that. Democracy boys and surely all of us. Boy, how do you know? Boy, they are young. That's a beautiful.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Gambia. The big is the audience. So anyone who on that market, you are safe for the next 20 years. The longevity with STM Gambia. Other artists don't have it in their countries. You know why? Because the fans have been young and they're still young. The digital fans young, still young. Man, I talk on this podcast. Industry might call us cutters, but look how young we are still.
Okay, I just wanted to chip on that and just talk about it. Come, Ian, I just come how much Gambia come so hey danga wa yep. Come dañu wa fi be eleg. But then there are a few things dama bëgg ñu waxtané ko pour audience tamit ñu understand ak fans yi this young fans yo wax ni tamit mën nañu xol ENC rek ENC maybe like mu ngi génné won hit songs Nyamba Kawas Boom Daga Dag call them hits comme enough hits understand nga comme but ENC talk now like 1 year génné won album mu ngi work on other business side of him mu ngi topoto family comme dañ defoon ne ENC léegi old school la mbaate ENC comme he cannot be relevant anymore comme ba pare ñoom dañ lay kill te loolu noonu dafa omba si promoters yi dafa omba si fans yi dafa omba tamit si mindset bi foog naa mindset bi moo gën a bon mindset bi bro imaginal da ngaa ñëw on stage nga war a performal sa audience yi ñoom dañoo xam ne kii artiste la ba den feel leen like ne kii léegi kii kotoy leen how can music be kotos Youssou Ndour ba léegi mu ngi ñëw di lekk xaalisi Gambian yi Youssou Ndour mu ngi nii màgget na ba léegi mu ngi nii di ñëw di lekk xaalisi Gambian yi di feesal stade di feesal kuy di te yow ku nekk Gambia fii yaa ngay woy amaanguloo a decade in your career sax ñu ne yow léegi da nga óol
so xam nga la ñu wone ko moo tax ma ne la ne instead of we drive the industry we drive the audience drive us. Industry players, everybody understand the power they have. When you're building a show, you don't build a show only around hot artists. You have to have a segment. So you have to segment it. You have to bring in the crowd pullers for your money because kuneka in the show and you still want to make your money. You have to put on the hot artists, they are the crowd pullers. Get this at the back of your mind. Most of the big shows, the crowd pullers are not the best performers. So they may, for example, like Young Summerfest, all these big shows, even Young Summer Jam, the crowd pullers they are there predominantly. They keep the show, they keep the audience coming. But there are audience on come. They've been going to show for a long time. They're here for the show. They are entertainers. Their life is the craft. They perform.
Yeah.
They entertain the audience. Balance. Because all the hot songs you are there, let's say the biggest songs in the world. So the message show, I just go play like they are there, like vibe. But what comes after that? Performance, they keep the energy of the show. The third part of it is the upcoming artists. Upcoming artists, to bring them to the show, give them the chance to be with these big artists, for the audience to see them, these are the next ones. For these hot artists, when their songs don't trend anymore, performers are always there. You know, hot artists who hot on 2 years ago, they want to be a performer. And with a hot song, or he's a performer. You still have him on the show. But there are some artists, they will always appear on the show. They have a big song or not. Bounty Killer and Elephant Man and Beanie Man will always be on shows and couples, and even if they don't have songs, they are performers. They will keep a show alive. Understand? Right now, for example, I'm going to open my festival. You have to bring in the ST, the usual attack, the trending. You have to come. They keep the energy going.
Yeah.
But you have to actually back them up with legendary performance.
Yeah.
Boy, there's this performance that Mandy Mori does, this Jalex does, this Balarangs, Jalimadi, Parhama. They don't have to have a hot song to perform on a show. They only need an audience for them to perform for. These people keep a show. They give people a show. And then you bring in the upcoming artists and let them understand you guys are the next. Your responsibility, sell yourself. Show these people that you are the next. So you have to mix these three generations on every concert. Gambian concerts are centered on one generation, mainly. So Modeta, if we don't pay attention to that, we might not have those platforms lasting longer. Because people are going to be seeing the same thing. Because remember, artists go hot bobo, how many day before the show, I'm not sure who perform. If I do this show perform, next day I'm not sure who perform. But there's a big artist who want to perform, play it for 2 months, ready for a big show, he will kill it. So from that balance, when the more industry become longevity. And also, it doesn't matter how long the league be done, like 10 years ago or 15 years ago, as long as the job will bad, give that person the space to move one league. Last time I was on Best of the Best and I was addressing the DJs. Sometimes people don't listen. They don't understand when you speak with them. They understand when you show them. You know, I did 12 years of radio as a DJ, running Gambia's biggest clubs, Wow Night Club, Crystal Club, being performing as a DJ, trying to communicate with people. Understand? And still, we change a little bit, but the I'm a little monkey.
Yeah.
I'm like, when someone set me on Best of the Best, this is how I want to do it. You gather 10,000 Gambians. Bro, Bena Songi Jelba I played for. Bena Songi Tata in Babo played for. Bena Songi Samusu played for. Bena Songi Freaky Joe Singer played for. No dialects, no Oluganda. What are we talking about as a people? They don't get the industry. You will show you guys are normal.
Yeah. Tell Lolo Monaka Balamade, what be Nehuna.
Because here's the thing that hurts me. Imagine, this is ENC talking. I don't need to be booked on a show to make money in the world. You not them show I make money and I do my performance and move. But I wanted to make a statement for us to understand. It's a responsibility for all of us. You artists, you see your thousand on the stage and say, yo, because no artists. We don't even want to accommodate that in our hearts, bro. Because of okay, man, dance all artists like what is artists I was playing on the show? You Benjamin and you Silky Chris. That predominantly generation they thought those were my competitions. When I was playing those songs, they weren't even in the country. I don't even tell them I'm playing your song. What I'm saying is there are songs supposed to be played. And those were just examples. Imaginal, right? I don't want to say this here, but I want to give people an understanding and an idea. Imagine you understand them. When you organize a show, artists they are not performing on the show. Their song should be played.
And they are not your enemies too, bro.
They are not your enemies, bro. They are not booked on the show when you may entertain the audience until the show proper starts. People understand this part. So DJs, I was not disrespecting nobody. I was making a statement. These people are part of us and they haven't relevant. But one of them heartbreaker. Bro.
Lol kill.
That's the way we kill our own legacy. And then, listen, once that's happening, we don't change that culture. No artist is safe. Because your time is so relevant, they're going to kill you. So don't think you are relevant today. It's okay to forget about the others. So that's the way they're going to treat you. Next 5 years, you as well. So it's better we have that conversation, let them understand. It's not all about the foreign music. Up until now, I'm not going to play our music nice. But still, I'm not with this. We'll play a whole Afrobeats and a whole piano segment, 2 hours, and then go choose a segment to play Gambian piano. Play a Gambian piano next to the main piano. So play Bona Boy, singer play Jizu. So play Davido, finger play Lee. So play Bastion, song, finger play Attack. You get me? You have to show the people that these are good musicians. These are good catalog of songs. So if you separate them, you tell the artist, you tell the audience that there's class to this. Understand?
Yeah,
so what we sell is what the audience will buy. You know, and that responsibility, the artist, the DJ, the producer, and all of that. And also, because Mangi mentioned about how we can generate or create wealth, it all comes down to these things. For me, start that conversation. Not only you create a wealth in the industry, when we move industry, when we fight, hunger, insecurity. Mota could them be comfortable or stable surroundings. Then they just how the person sounds. Today, you don't have a pressure because you are okay. Other people are genuinely okay for the industry to go. How many industry, bro? I can tell you, over 10 years I've been saying this. Man, how many government industry should take care, man, did not take it.
Right, yeah. Man, that's my mindset, bro.
I don't need to have a
that's my mindset, bro. That's my real mindset, man.
Provide services in the industry. Nyata shows new for the keep when come. I'm not even on the venue, but I can make a 20,000, 25,000 from the show because I have a service to offer.
Yeah.
Understand? You want export in things. Bring that to the industry. That's how we create wealth within. And then you artists, I've got this industry that mainly come down. You must not get a what there for 200,000. You got there for 200,000. I'm not 400,000 for that. That 400,000 is gonna feed you and me in the industry. Because trust me, promoter, we organize show right now. Koko no boy, what's up more check boy? Because Koko no ngi feel ne industry bi neku jiko jo xaliss. Mom dafa just tek ci mu am fa xaliss am mu dem.
Yeah.
So we all take from the industry and go. We're not giving it back to the industry. I gave this example to someone. It's about time. Manma am show. I'm an established artist. My guest artist coming on the show. Ma consider didn't pay incentives. Neku neki this dude if ma charge Harris to perform for him. No. It's you recognizing him at his logistics.
Mashallah.
After the performance, send us a GT bank account at 10,000 and I appreciate you coming in there. Imagine 10 artists have shows and they pay each artist 10,000.
Are they listening?
Koko is coming, that artist is back in the industry because artists bobu tamit. So invite Kenen, the father that 10,000 bokojo, Lola mo fair than an artist.
It's like coming young ma lebal after ma jom faila.
Yes.
Be pare dama la lol dafa tax ma fuel la because
it doesn't even have to be sir. Yo yama favor. Yo dinga fay Kenen. Dafa fay fene Koko no ma fay. It's not that 10,000 in 2-3 years. The file grow to 20,000.
Yeah.
That 20,000 to 15,
Yeah.
within the industry.
Yeah, waaye yéen si pour loolu mu work. Pour loolu mu work. For artistes yëpp gis ne industry bi is not about ne comme man kenn maa war a chop.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Man kenn maa war a chop. Te man kenn man maa war a man rek maa war a am show te man kenn man maa war a feesal.
Yes.
Foofu la loo nekkoon di wax foofu la collaborative mindset bi war a ñëw nag da ngaa gis ne after show happen ne soo su amee su nekkee ne Mr X moo am show ñëpp dañoo gis ne show bi moom soo yi ñëpp la. te ñëpp dañooy promo show bi pour ñëpp cop seen tentaaw kii mu cop xëy na moom lu mooy cop mu cop loolu warsagam la. waaye damaa meeg soo ne maa ngi war a cop foofu tentaaw waaye damaa meeg soo ne show bi dafa happen. damaa meeg soo ne comme damaa meeg soo ne comme suma fans yi ñëpp dañoo ñëw ñu support.
Thank you very much.
How many understand what I mean?
That's what I'm actually saying.
Yeah.
My point.
Yeah, that's the thing, you know.
That's how we can create wealth in the industry. This is not the family football. I'm not in the them. They are not playing Premier Leagues and Champions Leagues, but in their country they are paying their local footballers. Because there's wealth within their fraternity. And then Gambian music, we should start having this conversation like yesterday. Because here's the thing. We able to identify, let's say, about 1 millionaires, about 1 hardest, there's a lot of millions in the industry. Because we are not tapping into creating that wealth, the fact that we're just, we're gonna be clouded, our eyes are gonna be clouded by ignorance. Instead of you just hardest beanie, movie, the ways. You're never going to go jail. I'm gonna go jail. You say the value of jail mirror every day, while the value of jail mirror every day. Harris will go to see Harris. I'm not saying they're not supposed to have, they will always have. We government never accommodating, no way you collaborate. But this is Harris will no. Mumfi is Gambian money, Mumfi. You should go make it, can I know
Make.
And then Coco no do for them. Coco just na avenue of 90% or over 90% of artists you didn't Gambia fee, especially Jamaicans. I'm going to give you an example because you're fee right? Most of those artists new as solo don't organize shows in them. The Gambians don't understand this. Most of them can't keep a solo show in their country. In Gambia fee, you need to own venue single artists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wana la ko moy marché bi moy di market in Gambia so business bi
touring nationwide in 2010 them basse all over every year 11 months a year every year for 10 consecutive years plus and you tell man buma figure out falla has negan industry yaga and it's something I wasn't keeping quiet about. I was communicating to my generation. Like a young G, but they will tell you, our artists, the Madejo artists gig to travel to
uptown, yeah.
Punga them gadgets because of new they will always come here to show. We have to reach out.
Yeah, you must have to get to them.
Understand? So new industry, for you understand that come down the woman tension here, we have to put in that money. Let's invest money on each other. Lulu, I'm not saying not being an artist invest money on someone, or bro, we have to all do that collectively. Lulu, example like to say new fair is part of the things. Understand? But any individual or any business, when you puts a 10,000 on, that means they're not valuable. Lulu, the fact that is valued by force. Lulu, Mola on the heat, man, there's no value, man. To pay me 10,000 just to go to his show. And then not understand me. With or without you, that show is still going down. That respect, if it boys to circulate within. Much of fancy they approach in music. Because right now, from you grow from all the things that have been going around the past years.
Yeah.
From you move.
Yeah.
This when that wealth is created, wealth more they attract wealth. Yo, man, suma moro mi artist, suma target ko 20,000. Promo tanya kalau melakukan 50,000 kan? So promo lagi sebenarnya ni dah full lah. You name they're playing within. So if I need an artist, definitely there's a price tag. Lolo, when it starts happening, we will know the net worth of the industry. You know, how many other artists more for it. Right now, I would anybody collecting and a real network, you cannot. These are the things that are not there. But when we start to put in these things, then it's the net worth. When we get to figure out the net worth, you can see someone who is going to come and invest millions of foreign currency in it because this
network, yeah, it will make sense.
New and good create low. Full-fledged told right now. It's not about the sound anymore. It's not about the music. It's not about.
We have enough hit songs. Yeah. We have enough hit songs, you know.
It's not about the language. It's not about passing and fufu. I see younger artists doing big, bro. You get me? So feeling told right now. So if someone says language probably music, people are gonna say a lot of different things. I'm not putting down all of those things under the rug, but I'm saying when we create this thing, this energy, this wealth in the industry, Kanga Chapa how is gonna move to a whole different direction.
Even the international thing we nekk di wax ne comme duñ fa mëna dem ni di debate ñi di wax ne dafa dem da nga gis ne dafa happen because investors yi dañoo ñëw, you know. Dañoo ñëw. Yeah, ba pare dañoo gis ni ñi dañ comme like that is the same energy bu fa nekk. Mën nañoo wax Davido ak Wizkid dañ am, you know, isu karab Burna Boy Davido karab da sakul, you know, Rema. But soo xoolee sakul bi, you know, kii Davido si digganteem ak Wizkid ñoom ñoo introduce ante biir America. Ñoo andi Burna Boy. Understand nga ma? ñoomi neen la biir UK tamit kii su dee dem kii moo dee yóbbaale kii xëy na dañ dem ba ku nekk mu brand rek ku nekk nga am sa branches ba pare léegi you don't need the other person but then de comme ñoom ñoo brand each other there to get there.
The same year bu Burna Boy within the same year bu Burna Boy amee ñoom Rema Omale perform with him at the O2 just a year later like Rema to be on Ballon d'Or. So I'm talking about different levels, different big energies they put together. Lol moo tax Afrobeats am power. It doesn't even necessarily have to be their sound. It's an African sound. We don't have a share in that. But lan moo dee tax Nigeria will always take the credit because they put volume in the business. Man ak yow when we have a sound today, ñaar dégg ko xamal ne ñoom 10 of them ñoo ko def. And they will do it good. So in business, that's what they call volume. They chip into every sound. I'm a piano who more in South Africa, yago. Well, they get a for that in your home because they put volume in your upper population, in your upper numbers of investment, doing like input actually, I can say. So most of take it from 2013, 14, 15, from let's say the Azonto sound. Azonto sound was not even Nigeria, it was Ghana. You know what I mean? Then Ghana had a sound, they had Tonga, you know, that what patronizing the Al Qaeda type of sound. That was Ghana as well. I'm a piano in South Africa. But Nigeria is always going to chip into all of these things, have ownership, invest in it, put volumes in it, it will blow outside. In a good way, we all have something as part of it. So they can identify the strength for Laneka. Let's say we are not in the global phase to get the sound, to have people listen to our sound, right? But we have the numbers, but they support everybody. That numbers, how do we use them to step up? Numbers, you know, more you go to global front. Small population, right? But I'm not advantage. Small population, I'm not advantage. That means you can manage. It's easy to manage 2 million people than to manage 300 million people. The family borom jabo nga am ñetti mouths to feed ak am 10 mouths to feed. So we still have an advantage. We can mun nga nekk Gambia fii nga tekki Gambia fii as an artist. Foog nga gom loolu like foog nga gom loolu bro and then nga ñeme you know what I mean. But that's not supposed to be the infight. That's supposed to be the collaborative aspect of business. So borom business, borom xale you take his fees, dëkk bi fii ñu amee business yi. Do you know how many shareholders they have on their board? But music, man rek la dama ANC man la. I'm getting such. No, we so individual. And it's not gonna work.
Yeah. No, I've been always like always complain, you know, like come on, man, that is the YouTuber mindset in me. Like I've learned that through on YouTube, you know. Understand, man? Collaborating is like always a win-win situation. If you have 50k followers, I'm some 20k. The moment I chip into your followers, it's like I win another 10 or 5k. I want to understand what
when I was introducing A2. When I was introducing A2, you know, people like, I was nice humble kid, you know. Look at it. A2 had zero Facebook presence at the time. A2 had more followers than me now.
Mashallah.
And that made me proud.
Yeah. Amazing.
This is a kid I saw from, you know what I mean? And I know his talent, boy, bro. Where I started with that, bro, like, look at him now. The one that talk fella boy, man, my other side of the world, man, just take other part of the world, like, understand? I remember which of the years, which is done the other concert, the last concert on the stadium. That night, my man in Stuttgart, I think. Amazing show we had in Stuttgart. So I'm imagine that man talk you, I'm seeing myself as I just did something amazing here. There's something amazing on a part of the world. Understand? And then in leisure time we can go on Ultimate Podcast and watch ourselves. This is the industry.
Yeah.
Can we amplify this? Understand?
Yeah.
Can we make sure that we also communicate well at the end? Because no matter how many millions of followers you have, you still need the media. You still gotta show up for them.
You see, you are talking sense, bro. You are talking bigger picture, bro. You're seeing the bigger picture, bro.
I thank God the 1 year and some months or the 2 years that I kept my music, I'm not putting them out, but I'm still touring, I'm doing other things. I spend this time to actually work on myself more, put the big other side of businesses more, because I've never been only an artist. I've always been a businessman within the music. Understand that? When I took a break from putting out the songs, because I put all in when I'm doing something. I'm a touring artist.
I'm gonna chip into that. Come lolo duma nangu yo nga wax ko man mana because man dama do wax ne dama gis ne comme like yang don wax ne like 12 years how much 10 years yang si DJ side bi. Yang don DJ yang yo on radios on the clubs, you know. But gis nañ ne comme ENC dafa jékki-jékki rek mu post lolu. Then ENC mu dem comme muted. Though you can perform, then they muna perform some certain shows, then they them. But then you are behind the scenes. Man personally, you are a graphic designer. You are behind so many designs in the Gambia. Like best of the best, he's the guy behind the magical, you know, pictures, the amazing designs you see. There are a lot of companies you know designer guy. But then ENC now is bigger than that. I was to chip in that. Then let's discuss about the other side of ENC apart from music. Then we go to your European tour after you watane kote bobu non you delu wat industry bi wat. Yeah.
I mean, see conversation, but I was saying something earlier. A lot of people don't learn from what you just tell them. What they see you doing, they get to learn better. Understand that? So all these ideas that I've been mentioning, maybe someone might say, oh, so what are you doing about that? So I'm actually doing them. I'm actually showing a lot of people around me. I'm actually collaborating with a lot of businesses that I'm part of. That I have a policy that I don't do my face to be over the businesses. I want to be part of them and make sure, because it's always a joint venture, it's always like put energies together. Graphic design is something that apart from music is my favorite job. I love it. I have a lot of ideas that I always want to put in a visual context. And then it started paying me since 2012. You know, and that was where I took it professional. So a lot of artists that they are doing well, I do their branding for them. Understand? I can see an artist doing something. Those days I used to even do this and give artists as gift. So I don't put my name and number on the flyers. You know what I mean? I was doing it. So I mean, best of the best came along the way, and then they are my brothers. These are people that I always share ideas with. They've been doing their club shows. I've always been part of them. Like, oh, it's about time, and they went on and look at what's happening now. So I'm involved in that to make sure that it's well branded, create content, and also the award, the Masala Awards, was also behind the branding. And one of the individual shows of recent times, which was Attack Bomb Concert, I was behind the branding, right? Then music industry direct. I'm going to mention something here on your interview. Because of Deep Time I figured out the power of music and the power of an artist, how you can bridge gaps. having business ideas and concept. I'm like, I can be that artist that can bridge the corporate and the streets. There are a lot that the ordinary artists don't understand when it comes to the corporate. Because of man, I've been in the corporate for a long time. I signed brand ambassador with banks, with beverage companies. You know, like I've been brand ambassador for GT Bank, a whole bank, you know. But I'm sold artists. That sounds like, you know, it's not even true. But understand now corporate, and I'm inside there doing business with the corporate. I'm like, I want to fuse this energy. I want to bring the corporate and the music together, and gradually that's working.
Yeah.
These are things that I don't need to go on the internet and talk about and create a TikTok and these are things that I want to unfold realistically in real time, and that's what is happening. And also one of the underrated aspects of it, which is sports. There are football teams that I'm their brand manager. One of the best teams in Gambia, BST Galaxy, owned by Steve Traore. I do their graphics. I create the graphic ideas. There's a new team I added onto, which is Unique Global now. Just this year's season last started. So we have ideas where youths are involved in, where youths present energy before sports and music. How can we bring the corporate to this with our influence and generate and create that energy of investment, collaboration? We can work. As I speak, we just launched a new company called Disco. Bro, Gambia fee, we all know what Nakalam Bell, if a young youth want to start business. Let's say, I'm talking about, hey, bro, I don't want to get that. I like if you sold, I want to sell shoes. You're thinking of store, rent fee of a share. Compared to what we did, we earn. Go to start for business, go to a shop, go to decorate shop, but shop in the life, 6 months or full 1 year and you got lifetime savings. So it becomes more like impossible for you. We just go like, it's a digital market space, it's an app, a website, where you can